Good day and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're having a great day today. It's a Tuesday. Fortunately, no longer Monday, but Tuesday. Isn't awesome? We're back to the delivering routes here. Hopefully, we'll be getting to that level 25 soon. Not quite yet, though, but it's coming along. So please like, share, and follow. That would be super appreciated. Move this over to there. Put up the poll. A good poll today, you guys. I think. It is my opinion. Curious to see which one wins, actually. We'll also just double check the sound is working. There we go. Too fast for the thing sometimes. There no sound? Too fast for the thing. Oh, there we go. I just wasn't talking yet. Okay. Got that ready. We got that ready. Let's move this. That's like the most useless stat, the daily broadcast stat. I have a pretty good idea to how many hours I broadcast today. But I guess I figure it's handy. And we will get on to the game here. My little mouse. Back to this view. I think we already got the truck hooked up. There we go. I'll turn the radio on for you guys because I know you like, well, I don't know, like it, but it's a good one to start with. Any suggestions, guys? Anybody have a preference? Bang, Al Bang Zoom. Aliens. Random. All right, let's get going. Earn that money. We gotta circle around. Probably easier to go to the right. Where is it? Oh, we're gonna nick that trailer, aren't we? Nope, we made it. I think we did. There we go. Joey, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Why does it look like my trailer is like ready to fall over? It's weird. Alright, what are we delivering anyway? I gotta remember. It is dry milk. In case you're wondering. Probably look. Yeah, there was a car coming. Bugger. Alright. Hopefully the sound's alright for you guys. Thank you for being here. The Alien song. And we got a good distance to go here. We're okay for sleep. We're okay for rest. We'll hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more. What do? I work in IT. Computer related stuff. What do you do? My schooling is I had a double major in computer science and drama. Just what you expected. I bet you were probably expecting me to say drama there, right? I tell you, some of those drama classes were more work than the computer classes. Didn't expect that, but electrician, nice. That's awesome. I had the buggering time figuring out something. I had like a three-way switch, like you know where there's a light at one spot and light in their spot and then light in their spot. It's probably called the wrong thing. I probably used the wrong terminology, but whoever did it before I got the house there, and they didn't do it right. So I actually took me a while to figure it out, and I got a relative that had just got their ticket for electrical, and they figured it out in 2 seconds. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's just that, you know, and throw a tester on it. But it's tricky to figure out if you don't know, I think, because you know what somebody else did before you don't really know. So it's always awesome you get the skill of that kind of stuff. So helpful. Three-way switch is the worst if you don't know how to fix it. I kind of, you know, because you don't know where the wires are, so I didn't even have like the proper equipment. But he had a tester, so he's able to figure it out pretty darn quick. But it was frustrating because you always had to go turn on the switch, right? And then if you know you go to the top of the stair or the bottom of the stair, and somehow, you know, if you didn't flick the right one or whatever, then it didn't turn on, and I don't know, there's something messed up about it. Always handy knowing somebody that has those skills, because you know their advice is invaluable. I'm sure you get asked all the time, eh? Little questions here and there by your friends or whatever. I remember too, I had a different place I lived in. The previous owner had put in a remote control switch, like a light switch, but they didn't want to wire it, I guess. And man, somebody would walk by and do, I don't know, like, you know, in the neighborhood or something, because that light would turn off every now and then, you know. So finally got it wired in, and it's so much better because it would stay on. Axming, thank you for liking. Ricky, thank you for liking as well. Much appreciated. And Joey, of course. We're on the road again. What's your vote, Axming? You gotta tell me your vote. Tried to make it kind of tricky because, you know, I put in a few different time eras as well as genres, essentially. What's up, Fire Devil? I bet you Fire Devils is Smokey and the Bandit, your favorite. Maybe not, though. Longest? Oh, really? You like the football one, eh? I saw your name pop up. I was using Falcon as a radio for a while there. And he was playing the football. Did I get the title of the movie wrong? I thought it was The Longest Yard. I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about, though. Joey, thank you for liking. Hello to you. Longest Yard was in like the 70s or something like that, I think. It's an older movie. So, like, Smokey and the Bandit was a fairly old movie. Boogie Nights was, I guess that was in the 90s or something. When did that come out? It's been a while now. And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a fairly new movie. Oh, I got it right. Oh, okay, good. But it was also in. Yod, thank you for sharing. Much appreciated, Joey. Yod, thank you for liking. All those likes and shares help a lot, you guys, especially right now. Beginning of the stream. Getting places with this load of dried milk. Longest Yard, where he was the quarterback, and then there was the Longest Yard when he was the quarterback with Adam Sandler. And he was the coach. Oh, okay. I could do an Adam Sandler one time, eh? Between Airheads and Happy Gilmore and stuff like that. Face, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Do you get the connection though, Axeman? Here's the big question. You get the connection between my poll and the title of the stream today. Hockey helps the homeless. I saw that, what's his face, Goddess Spear or whatever his name is, from Philadelphia got put on waivers. Was there any other good trades? That's not really a trade, but hello, Nathalie. How are you? Welcome today. You're always welcome, of course, but you know, Tuesday. I had a one of those Cadbury cream egg blizzards today. I had to go to like 2 McDonald's to get it though. The first McDonald's said their ice cream machine was broken. I was like, oh. And that's really what I went to McDonald's for, just to get that, and that's it. Nothing else. Because you got to get them before Easter or they're gone. So the marketing says. Good. That's good to hear. Uh-oh, Final Destination in front of us. What I call logging trucks. What's my title mean? Deliverance? You don't know what Deliverance is? You must have heard of that. What's my name? Shakal Star is what you're watching here. I named Shakal Star came from when I played Age of Conan way back in the day. I was gonna make a barbarian named Gru. You know, because I'm playing a Conan game, which is about Conan the Barbarian, right? And they wouldn't let me take Gru. So I took another Gru character to call. That was my guardian in the game. That's a character type. And my other characters are mostly variants of the word star. So when I made my Xbox 360 account, I combined Call and Star, and that became my stream name as well eventually. My original Xbox gamer tag was Dog Rastafari, named after a Mr. Bungle song. That could have been my stream name, but I lost that email address. So it's probably easier anyway. And I did have the MMO game connection there too. I had in Star Wars Galaxies, I had a character named Stub a Dub and Dog Rastafari. Both are from the same Mr. Bungle song. Big Mike Patton fan. Mr. Bungle is an awesome Mike Patton band. So there you go. So that is the history you never knew you wanted to know. And actually it's interesting, even when I changed positions at work, I was working with a company a lot, like an external company, and when I told them I was changing positions, they sent me a photo and, you know, said good luck, Shakal, because that's how they knew me. Alright guys, we're getting over the ocean here, so we'll be rested up. The random player really likes this one song. Always picks it. Maybe it's just because there isn't a lot of songs, I don't know. Rich, thank you for liking, much appreciated. And Venu, thank you for liking earlier. Oh crap, I should look, eh? You're always there when I'm not looking. Jane, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. We're hauling all the goods today. We're delivering stuff. Right now it's dried milk. Essential items, you know. Yeah, foot pedals, and I even have like a stand. If you have, well, I guess you don't need TikTok to see it, but if you look up my TikTok, you know, TikTok.com, and then just like on Google TikTok and Allstar. One of my videos is actually my steering wheel with the stand and everything. If anybody wants to see that, don't feel obligated by any means, but it's there if anybody wants to see it. But I don't have it. I don't have a picture anywhere else. Although, for Rich, in that command center one, you can kind of see the wheel and stand. On the command center thing. It's only in the partner area though, so only partners can see that. But yeah, I bought this little stand. It's so nice compared to a TV cable. Yeah, it's kind of funny though, Rich, when I do backing up in this game, because reverse is your brake. Sometimes I'll be backing up and I'll just about be in position, and then to stop I'll crank down on the brake naturally, and then you know what happens when you crank down the brake and it's also the reverse? It's like hitting the gas essentially, and then so I wind up jolting backwards sometimes. It's not like you're reversing like in a car, it's you're just using the brake as your backup. It'd be kind of weird, eh? Like if that was real, like that in real life. It is nice with the steering wheel. It's way more immersive. It feels more natural playing this game. I did try it with a controller, and I did try it with keyboard and mouse, and then I was like, it didn't feel completely right. For some reason I can play Forza with a controller. I prefer Forza with a controller over a steering wheel, but for this game it feels so much more natural with a steering wheel. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Johnny, thank you for that like earlier. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for liking and sharing, those who shared, and even just hanging out. That's awesome. I have that music on there from the Facebook music library. Oh crap, that's dark. There we go. The thing about the signaling is there's a signal. I have them on each side. So the signal for the right is on that one side of the wheel, and the signal for the left is on the other side of the wheel. But in real life, you drive cars, your signal is usually up and down on the same stick. So it's like I always want to flick that left one up and down to signal rather than reaching over to my right side for the right signal. Kind of weird that way. $50 here, we're getting things done. Oh crap, that was close. Woo. Lee, thank you for liking, much appreciated. All right, you guys, we gotta go left here. And we gotta go right. Alright, now we're back to 90, so I should probably use my cruise control. Almost there. 90, 85, 86, 87, 86, 84. We seem to be going the wrong direction. Getting her back up. Oh, please got somebody up there. There we go, got the cruise set now. Gotta take her easy on the turn, hey? Have you guys had a chance to try that little Cadbury cream egg McFlurry? I don't usually go to McDonald's for those. I usually go to Dairy Queen for the Blizzards, but you know, because it's a Cadbury cream egg, I made the exception. Although the McFlurry is not nearly as impressive as a Blizzard, in my opinion. They're good, but Blizzards always seem like they're more blended. Could be just something I'm imagining. I was reading an article today about the cream eggs, how they actually reduced them by, you know, a good percentage, like 11% smaller now this year. They reduced the price by like 2%, but they made the egg 11% smaller. Like everything, you know, everything gets smaller and smaller every year. Bob, thank you for liking. It's kind of weird how industries like doing that, maximizing every cent, you know. Then they can make however many extra eggs, I guess, and sell that many more, right? Like those little cans of Pepsi, you know, they're like half the size and they're like marketed as being something cool. And to me, it just looks like a tiny pop. Or if you're American soda, or if you're from southern US, I guess Coke. What do they call it? Coke? No matter what kind of pop it is. That's like a southern USA thing though. Some places in the States call it pop too though. Canada we typically call it pop. All right. So, gotta get her back up to 90, guys. This dried milk's not gonna get there otherwise. Get there faster, do more deliveries. Alright, you guys, hopefully the music's okay for you. It's really just a random selection of songs. I've never heard of any of them. Fingers like, you know, playing the radio, you know, you gotta have a little bit of radio music. All right. $370 kilometers to go. We're well rested. We're getting places. Okay, so what are we gonna do in here? We got lots of gas. We're well rested. Oh, we got another toll gate here. Just follow this guy right in there, eh? Oh, got a good spread on the votes, guys, so far. It's kind of interesting. See what people are picking. Back up to 90 here. Although I don't know if I want to speed up like greatly on a curve, but maybe if we gradually go faster, it'll be alright. Don't want to get too wild, you know, our truck will be flipped over this on its side or something. Alright, we checked out the thing. I think we're okay. I feel like in real life things are a little more attached to both sides. You know, like there'd always be in these little towns, there'd be a turning road or something like that. Alright, so we got 291 kilometers to go. Police got somebody there. Slow down again, another toll booth. Alright, so we'll go to this one so I don't have to pay. I pay, but I don't have to stop to pay. Alright, you guys. We made it past that one. We can speed right up again. I think we're making pretty good time here. Pretty close to that level 25, you know. Maybe we'll get level 24 today, hopefully. Alright. They're gonna arrive at 3:30 in the morning. Just about midnight in the game time. I should reduce my cruise. Oh, cruise a bit. Want to get a ticket? Alt station. So we have another toll booth coming up. We'll wait our turn. On our way. Alright, do we need gas? We're okay, but I mean, you know, if it's really convenient. That's super convenient. $83 we're speeding. Now we're gonna have to slow down so that this guy can go over. See, they like this song. The random generation. Made it past those guys, fortunately. We're really speeding though, I gotta be careful. Wind up with a ticket. We're 60 here. Alright, we're making her. Can't go that way. Kind of weird turn, eh? Alright, you guys. Gotta go straight here. Lots of semis out in the road today, eh? 87 kilometers to go. We're making it tough driving though with all these trucks. Oh crap. $400 because they tagged them. What a bummer, eh? Thought it was past them. Oh, they don't make you sit around for hours and wait for the police to come. They just charge you right there and then. Okay, we gotta go to the right up here. 55 clicks. Alright, you guys. 40 clicks. We're on the countdown now. I think we just gotta go through this toll booth. It looks like we're doing a big semi-circle over there. They got, fortunately, the gate out of my way, or I would have bust right through. Go up here. Or who knows where we'll wind up. We don't want to wind up over there. So we're gonna go over here and then we're gonna eventually swing a right, looks like. And we should be at our destination. I got one of those weighted blankets now. I ordered one from Costco to see what it was like. Pretty cool, actually. Not cool as in wise, but I mean cool as in a little different. You know, they're supposed to make you sleep better, you know? Although, the debate's still out on that for me. I don't know. Guess we'll see, you know, once I get used to it, maybe. Alright, looks like we're gonna go left. Left, right, left. And in here. One more left, and then one more left after that. And we're gonna get the money. It's gonna be sweet. This is in here, eh? Oh, I hit the gate. All right, where do you want it? Assume that I gotta back up. Come on, back up. Stuck on the wall there a bit. Oops.
Taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our way.
There we go. We made it! Dry milk delivered. Excellent! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Getting closer and closer to level 24. Only $23 a kilometer, eh?
You always gave me the pass. You never took with that ass, never the tip of the tat. Now that's a friend of the max. You were always like that.
Empty pallets. 23,000.
Always jamming in the front row.
24 per kilometer there.
And nothing could ever
Look in the general job market. All right, Milan, and where are you? Entrepeller. It looks like Milan's in here, eh? Milan? I don't know how you say it. Guess we gotta take the pallets. This one's a bit better money, but it looks like it's a lot farther. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a modern classic masterpiece. It was a good show, wasn't it? Alright, where's this trailer at? Delivered the dried milk. Now we're getting some pallets or something. Empty pallets. Seems like something worth transporting for 24 grand, eh? Yeah, Tarantino's a good filmmaker, that's for sure. That one was like super good. Boogie Nights was really good too. I mean, they're all good movies. I don't think you could really call any of them bad. There we go, we're going to Czechoslovakia or whatever it was. We're on our way. Forget to like, share, guys, if you can. Be appreciated. Get that word out for me. Tell your friends about me. Watch some classic drive-in here, eh? Well, we thank you for liking, much appreciated. Oh, right in time for the light. Took you a while to choose because the longest yard was there. Also, I tried to make it challenging on purpose, though. You know, I didn't think Smokey and the Bandit would totally run away with it, but it's doing really well so far. Although the other ones are like close behind. The only one. Boogie Nights hasn't got any votes so far, but the rest of them do have a few votes in there and all within reach, kind of thing. Be interesting to see what it is at the end of the stream, you know. Because the thing is that Longest Yard and Smokey and the Bandit are older movies, and then Boogie Nights is kind of a middle movie between them, and then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is fairly recent. So there's a little bit for everybody there as far as it goes, but younger people may not have seen those older movies. And you know, maybe some older people might not have seen the newer ones. But if you haven't seen Boogie Nights though, I mean, it's actually a really interesting movie. It's all about based on the life of John Holmes, who was an adult film star back in the day, and his kind of rise and fall. And Mark Wahlberg does a spectacular job. Burt Reynolds does a spectacular job. I thought it was a really well done. It really caught that era too. You know, like how Kobe was saying. You haven't watched that one? The you know how like you're saying how it Once Upon a Time caught the era good. Boogie Nights did a really good job of that too. So it's kind of interesting to see, but it is like adult oriented, of course. If the younger people watching, it's not probably for you, but if you're a movie buff and you haven't seen it yet and you're okay with watching an R-rated movie and stuff like that, then it's probably worth a watch. Just because the generational, not the generation, that it caught the era really well. They won some awards too, I think, or some nominations anyway. You really like those movies, even the new ones that nailed the era they wanted to nail. I haven't seen Chef's Kiss. Although one thing with Boogie Nights is they could have actually went farther than they did, because you know, I'm not really that familiar with John Holmes' biography, but I kind of read up about it a little bit after I watched the movie. And oh, okay, I thought you meant like a movie name. You know, because he got into some like really, like, you know, they kind of bring him back up to a certain point, and then, you know, his life got really rough after that. So they kind of show some of the rough stuff, but they don't actually, you know, they could have been a really sad ending on that one if they wanted to. Masterpiece when they nail it, yeah. Well, this one did a good job, and I'm pretty sure it was nominated for some awards, so we're doing a good job. Gotta find somewhere to sleep. Guys, yawning like a madman. But it's kind of interesting watching the movies that are based on certain time zones or whatever. Then sure enough, there's always some YouTube video after about it that's showing, you know, oh, this thing was actually invented 3 years later. Boogie Nights is kind of based in the late 70s as it transitions into the early 80s. It's got a lot of familiar actors in there too, you know. What's that lady's name? Heather or something. She plays Roller Girl in it. She was also in Austin Powers too. Getting tired. I mean, we're going past the city here. You think we'd run into a rest stop here coming up? Chris Adams was a good movie director, even for an actor. You watch Before We Go. That movie was directed to him, yet he took major role in the movie. He also took a major role. Oh, okay. Hey, Carrie. Doing good, thank you. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. I added music. I can't remember if you were watching this game when I had the radio music yet, because I've only been doing it a couple days. Random songs. I think you might have been here when I had that, but not sure if you heard it or not. Kind of random songs that Facebook allows. So it's like, you know, if you don't like a song, there'll be another one right after that's different anyway. Figured, you know, you got a truck, you're driving a truck, you know, I mean, not too many truck drivers don't have the radio playing. Here to deliver, man. You here, Kobe here. Here's a quiz for you. What's the connection between my title today and the poll? So there's a there's a connection between them. See if you can figure it out. The title, I'm sure you can see the title there somewhere. Hey, the gas station, the sleeping spot is backwards. And who Deliverance is a movie, and who stars in it? Could be a favorite famous movie line too, but it is actually a movie. It's from The Star. Yeah, you're right. Burt Reynolds movie. It's a way back. I don't know if I've actually seen it. Famous movie though. Got some famous actors in it too. I like to do subtle little things like that sometimes. Little connections here and there. I don't usually give them away like that, but like I've had entire chains, like 10 streams in a row where the titles were somewhat connected to each other by some obscure way, and no one will ever pick it up. I'm sure it's always for just in my head. I would know, but it'd be one of those internet mysteries, you know. Sometimes I'm doing other patterns or whatever too, but there was a whole series of streams I did where it was like the title was always related to the title before, but you'd never figure out how. You haven't seen Deliverance, although you watch those kind of legendary stars movies, but they're old now in the movies, if you know what I mean. Yep. Yeah, Burt Reynolds is getting out. I don't know I don't think Burt Reynolds is dead or anything. I think he's still alive. But he's getting up there in age. I could be wrong. He could be dead too, but I don't think he is. Sometimes, you know, you hear about an actor dying and it's a hoax, and then you know, then you hear about, and then other times you hear about an actor dying and you forget until somebody reminds you a couple of years later, you know. I know William Shatner just had a birthday. He's still alive and kicking. Canadian actor, you know. Kind of weird seeing the old Star Treks with him. He was that hunky actor that everybody loved back in the day, I guess. Or even like David Hasselhoff, you know, you look at him back in the day on Knight Rider and stuff like that. Or even Jack Nicholson back in the day was so different. I don't know if you've ever played the game called The Movies, but if you haven't and you got a PC, you should try to find it because it's like really awesome. You're a movie studio. It's like a sim kind of game, and you're a movie studio, and you got to get actors, and they get old and stuff like that too. So you know you got to change the roles around and make different kind of sets and stuff like that. It's kind of a fun movie game. The famous guy that played Harry Potter has a beard now. Oh, really? Yeah, it's funny. Even Harry Potter, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but you know, all those kids there they're in like 8 movies as main characters now, and they're actually doing pretty good. A lot of them, like the girl who played Hermione or whatever her name is. Daniel Radcliffe is who you're talking about, I think, right? He's been in a few things. Hey Chris, how are you? You do good with your rookie shooter that was really good? We're delivering the goods here today. Delivered some dried milk. How's the trucking? It's pretty good. A little bit slow start to the stream today, but seems to have picked up a bit. So welcome everybody. Thank you for liking, much appreciated. Hey Raja Pakta, thank you for being here. Thank you for telling me your friends about me. Zombieland, that was a great movie. If you like zombie movies, if you haven't seen it, Paul, thank you for liking. If you like zombie movies and you haven't seen it yet, watch Shaun of the Dead, because that is probably one of the best freaking zombie movies ever. Like, it was so good. Like, it's funny, and there's like it covers everything. I don't know if you've seen it. Is that a real leather steering wheel? Mine isn't leather, but some of them do have leather covers. I don't know about the game. But yeah, this is just cheap stuff, but some of the ones some of the newer wheels do have leather covers on them. You watched it? Yeah, it was good, eh? I wouldn't say the rest of those guys' movies were as good, but Shaun of the Dead was awesome. It was always funny seeing the actor from Shaun of the Dead moved on to be Scotty in the Star Trek movies there, eh? You know, in that reboot they did. That guy that played Chekhov in the new movies died. He got in a car crash in a Porsche. That was kind of disappointing, you know? Couldn't think of another great zombie movie other than that. Other than Zombieland. Zombieland was good. I didn't like Zombieland 2 as much, though. You have a favorite zombie movie, Chris? You like a classic zombie guy? You know what's funny? I was playing this video game. I can't remember what the video game was, but I was playing this video game and you could go to watch movies in it. And I was actually watching a zombie movie. Like, you know, an old 40s Night of the Living Dead kind of movie. Black and white. In the video game. It had the whole movie in there. I watched a good portion of it on stream, actually, when I was streaming. That was exciting. Like, you come to watch somebody play video games, and they're sitting there watching a movie inside a video game. I mean, it was part of the video game. If you ever want to check out a good video game, check out The Darkness. It's not a zombie game, but you can watch full movies inside that one too. You actually get an achievement in the game for hanging out with your girlfriend watching a movie. Speaking of Shaun of the Dead, there was a movie, forgot the name, they were moving from pub to pub. Oh, that was like the end of the world or something, isn't it? Pub at the end of the world or something? Same guys? I don't remember if there's aliens. I can't remember that movie very well now, but I remember that them going pub to pub. They were doing a pub crawl. Same dudes. They had another one where they're cops too, called Hot Fuzz. If you check Amazon too, there's a movie with those two guys as well. Not a movie, a TV series. I think DeFranco was in that movie too. The one you're talking about. That was a gas and sleep good. Wind up sleeping at some point here, 8 hours. All these trips are so long now, eh? How's the Hydra? Do you have a favorite zombie movie? At World's End, that's right. I'm not actually a big horror fan as far as watching horror movies. I like Evil Dead and Army of Darkness. Like the original Evil Dead. The remake was okay, but not the same without Bruce Campbell. Oh crap, I can't go there. Army of Darkness was great. A lot of video game lines spawned out of that movie, actually. Silent Hill, that was a good one. I never did get into that video game series, but I liked Resident Evil 1 the most. I have the Resident Evil movies as well. But that's not really a zombie movie as much as it is an action movie for that series. You know, the first one's more of a zombie movie, but the first one's definitely the best one, though. Asim, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Yeah, the Resident Evil series there with Mila Jovovich, I don't know how to say her name. I actually named one of my cats after her because I enjoyed that movie. The cat's no longer with me. It was a pretty old one. I had to put down though. But I had a tradition at the time of naming my pets after different characters in movies I liked. So one cat was named after, because I didn't want to name it Alice. I named it after Mila. And then I had some named after some Star Wars stuff, and a dog was named after one of the Bond girls from James Bond. Another cat I had in the past was named after one of the Ewoks. Nicolas Cage, yeah. I enjoy Nicolas Cage. Have you ever watched Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage? That was my favorite movie with him. Although, like, some of those other ones were pretty good too. Although I'd have to say my favorite movies of all time are Fight Club and 12 Monkeys. Both Brad Pitt movies, actually. I like Empire Strikes Back. He's up there too. I think the oldest movies I watched were the James Bond ones, though. Was there a horror movie with Nicolas Cage in? I think there was. There's even a horror movie with Robin Williams in it. Have you ever seen that Nightcrawler movie? That was kind of a freaky show. With Jake Gyllenhaal. That one was way better than I thought it would be. He's like a reporter, you know, and he like, you know, would move bodies and stuff like that to get a better photo for, you know, because he's making money off of that. He'd like go into the crime scenes and mess things around. Kind of like that. That was a good show. Another classic movie too, if you're interested in movies that spawned video game lines, was They Live. That was a movie with Roddy Piper. Winds up getting these sunglasses, and then he can see all the propaganda around him when he wears them, and the aliens that have taken over. So he winds up being able to fight them and stuff. That movie was rad. You could hear a lot of video games get influenced by that, like, you know, like Duke Nukem's line, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum." That's from that movie. Green Hornet and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I had to watch some older movies like The Graduate and stuff, and like some of the Woody Allen stuff with it. Mrs. Robinson. You know, the classic Mrs. Robinson line. I had to watch some of that for film studies class I took in university, because my second major is a drama major, so I had, you know, do some film studies. So I had to actually watch some really old classics that I may not have watched otherwise, I guess. They Live, yeah. It's an older show, that for sure. I mean, Roddy Piper's been dead a long time now. But it's kind of different movie. Have you seen Johnny Mnemonic? That's a Keanu Reeves movie, an earlier Keanu Reeves movie, where he's a data courier. You know, he puts the memory chip in his head. Wasn't the best movie, but Johnny Mnemonic is actually it's kind of like a cyberpunk movie. You know, like it's written by a guy named William Gibson, who's a Canadian author who invented or popularized, I don't know if he invented it, the cyberpunk genre. So the cyberpunk video game is heavily influenced by William Gibson's writing, and Johnny Mnemonic was one of the books in William Gibson's series. Doesn't exactly follow the book, but it's kind of based on it. You know how they kind of do what they want in movies sometimes. Willy's Wonderland. Oh really? I never heard of that one. I kind of wanted to see Ghost Rider actually one of these days, but I haven't got around to that one yet. But I don't know if you ever got interested in the Matrix and Speed. Those are classics. Bill and Ted is a classic too by him. And connecting that with Bill and Ted, the other guy, Bill, he was in the Lost Boys, which is a awesome vampire classic if you haven't seen it. Old movie, but classic. Don't watch Lost Boys 2, 3, 4 and all the garbage ones they did after that. Just the first one, Lost Boys 1. Has Kiefer Sutherland in it. Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. The guy who played Bill from Bill and Ted. Alex Winter is his name. But that movie's pretty awesome. I don't know how it holds up now actually, but But I mean, young Kiefer Sutherland as a vampire and stuff like that. Gas is okay. Sleeping's getting there, but we're still good for a bit. Yeah, I'll have to look up Willy's Wonderland. Is that the music movie? Bill and Ted was Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. And there's a lot of music in it, I guess. But they're writing a report, history report, and they go around with their telephone time machine. And they recruit all sorts of dudes like Abraham Lincoln and stuff like that from the past to help them with their report presentation. Really dark? You mean Bill and Ted? Or the game? I'm driving at, what time is it in the game? Like 22:45, 11 o'clock at night? But we're hauling this stuff. Well, it was music related because they had a band, Wild Stallions, that was supposed to save the world or something like that. Yeah, they just released the Bill and Ted movie. Bill and Ted Face the Music. It might be what you're thinking of, actually. That was essentially Bill and Ted 3. I mean, you know, they were never as good as the first movie, but I like the second movie because the band Faith No More is in it, though. They're my favorite band. But the original Bill and Ted was obviously hard. Usually the prequel, or not the prequels, the first movie is almost always the best movie. There's a couple of movies where you find that number 2 is better than the first, but most of the time the first is almost always the best, and I think it's pretty rare to find a third movie that's better. What's going on here, guys? Crap, eh? Hopefully we can cheat through this. I don't know if you guys can think of movies that you find are better than the original. Empire Strikes Back would be my vote. Aliens, I think, was better than Alien, although they're different kinds of movies, those ones. What? 6% damage from running over a pylon? Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to get through this, am I? Hopefully I can get past that helicopter. Oh, I can. Good. Jamal, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. I agree with you. There should never be Avatar 2. And no, that is forbidden. You never know. I mean, they might be able to make it better, but generally they're not better. Some things need to end where they end them. JR, thank you for following. Much appreciated. I believe I got 6% damage from running over a stupid pylon. It's like a All a piece of plastic. If I'm on a semi truck running over a pylon, it didn't do nothing. Probably wait till the next one. There's an Avatar 2 Part 1 was better than enough. You know, the only thing about Avatar was it was just kind of a classic story. So, you know, it's like they might be able to do it better. Hard to say, because it's like more like a traditional story. You know, if you think about Star Wars, Episode 4, The New Hope, which was the first Star Wars movie, was kind of that classic story too. And then Empire Strikes Back was, I thought, was a better movie. And a lot of people debate that that is the better out of the original trilogy. But, you know, so I don't know. You might have to just see what they do with it. Although it's not very common when they do a movie so many years later that it would be outdo the original though. So I don't know. It's kind of, for me, I think it's a movie that they shouldn't make a sequel of. That's I don't know. I think a sequel was inevitable though. I don't know. We'll see what it turns out like. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it won't. Might be hard to outdo the original. They should make a Titanic 2, eh? Kidding. I don't know exactly what direction they could go with that one, eh? Titanic 2, the reason I thought of that one is because Avatar is like a big screen kind of movie. Oh, please no. And Titanic was a big screen kind of movie. I mean, like going to the theater actually enhanced that movie. One Titanic movie. I can't imagine they'd be able to really go anywhere with it considering it sank. That they could think of a thing, you know. Titanic movie. Or Pearl Harbor. There we go. We'll rest. Sure enough, there'll be a rest stop right on the corner. Did you ever see, if you want to talk about classic movies of classic movies, did you ever see A Clockwork Orange? Like, that one's old. That's a young Malcolm McDowell there. I saw somebody posted, I think it was Malcolm McDowell himself, posted a picture of him wearing the Clockwork Orange outfit. You know, old Malcolm McDowell kind of wearing a similar outfit to the Clockwork Orange outfit that he wore back in the 70s whenever he did that movie. That movie was really well done. Same director as Full Metal Jacket. You're not even going to be able to spell it? Well, clock, C-L-O-C-K, work, you know, clockwork. And then the second word is orange. You know, like the food or the color, right? I think that one's a historical movie that is kind of a trippy movie that's worth watching it. You know, just for the sake of history, you know? It's kind of messed up though. You know, be forewarned. It's kind of really messed up. You know, there's Full Metal Jacket is the same director. It's Stanley Kubrick. He also directed 2001. Although I wasn't a big fan of 2001 though. I found that one kind of boring. But Clockwork Orange is like is about these guys that are in a gang and they're causing a lot of chaos and stuff like that, and then eventually they get caught and they're trying to rehabilitate him through these weird techniques and stuff like that, and then they make him, you know, there's, I don't know, it's kind of messed up. Like there's some hardcore scenes in it. That sounds familiar? The Clockwork Orange? He's wearing like a white outfit with a bowler hat. He has a weird eyelash. And a can on the outside. "2012. That's the disaster movie you're talking about, right? We don't need a sequel. I can't imagine them ever making a Titanic, or even thinking of making a Titanic sequel. I was just joking there. I heard they're talking about making a new Ghostbusters though, like with the original guys. Although the guy that played Egon died. I wonder if they'd ever be able to get Rick Moranis back. Because, I mean, he was awesome in Ghostbusters. I didn't, you know, the one with the ladies was okay, but it wasn't quite the same, you know? They needed to, I think they needed to involve the original cast and, you know, do a better do a handoff at least. You know, like how the new Star Wars movies, you know, had some connection to the old ones at least. You know, whether you like them or not, the new Star Wars movies at least had that nostalgia connection. You know, because no one ever expected to ever see, you know, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill reprise their roles, you know. You don't like it because, well, I mean, you know, it's fine that I think they had some good ideas in it, but I think they just wasn't executed very well. I mean, you know, you could have female Ghostbusters, that's no problem. I think they just didn't do it right. I actually liked the one character in it. She's that blonde lady from Saturday Night Live. I thought she did a really good job in it. But I don't think the movie was very well written. That was the biggest issue with it. I mean, there's people protesting because they, you know, they thought it was just, you know, a thing to, you know, just bring females in, but I mean, you know, I mean that's fine if they do it right, you know, like if they actually wrote the movie really well. I think that it could have been fine. You want the squad to come back? Yeah, like I like the original guys because, you know, they're They're all really good actors, you know, back in the day. The Heat, she was there. It's always funny seeing that actress playing like Rudy Giuliani too on Saturday Night Live. I always got a kick out of that. Like how to all people to pick to play Rudy Giuliani, eh? He did a good job playing him too. Saturday Night Live is pretty funny sometimes, and then other times it's not great, but I think that when they have the right cast, man, that show is magic. Ronick, thank you for following. Much appreciated. You know, like I really liked the you know, all those guys like Adam Sandler's era on Saturday Night Live, those guys. That was a really good crew. David Spade, Chris Farley. Chris Farley was so funny. His movie Tommy Boy. That was such a good movie. Bria, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. And Deafening Clown, thank you for liking. The there's sometimes those Saturday Night Live crew is pretty good though. I'm sure that there'll be another group yet too. Driving's going okay. I delivered some powdered milk. We were talking about zombie movies, like good zombie movies, and I think so far me and Kobe here agreed that Shaun of the Dead is one of the better ones. That'll go down as a classic for me. No Rex. Did you like Shaun of the Dead? You ever seen it? I mean, I liked Resident Evil and I liked Zombieland, but Shaun of the Dead, no, that was a movie that them throwing records at the zombies, whacking them with the pool cue. I mean, there's some classic scenes in that. Actually, it's been pretty smooth driving actually today. You know, unless you talk about when I back up, because you know I kind of take 3 or 4 tries usually. Warm Bodies. I don't know if I've seen that one. Zombieland was good though. Bill Murray. It was a classic scene. I didn't like Zombieland 2 so much, but Zombieland 1 was good. Zombieland 2 was, I don't know, okay, I guess, but are you enjoying the Call of Duties? Zombie romance movie. And I was trying to tell Kobe he's got to watch it's not zombies but Lost Boys for vampire movies. That was a classic too. Not the sequels, just the first one. Oops, I ran over a pylon. It caused 2% damage again. I don't know if you've ever seen The Lost Boys with young Kiefer. But awesome. Sometimes you gotta stretch back a little bit, you know? Another movie I wanted to rewatch when I was playing Cyberpunk was that Strange Days movie. That was really hard to find though. Like I looked around for it. You don't think you've seen Lost Boys? Well, there you go. Classic movie for you. Kiefer Sutherland in his prime. Corey Feldman, Corey Haim in their primes. Probably is terrible now, but maybe it's okay. I don't know. Those movies hold up better. Charlie Chaplin, best comedian ever. Alright, I gotta turn here, I assume. Alright, what kind of crappy hard park are you gonna make me do now? Oh, that's not too bad. Gotta swing around though. Logan, hello. How are you? Gotta talk more about the favorite zombie movies, everybody. Also, there's a little trick there in my poll. Kobe kind of got it, but there's a connection between my poll and my title today. If you voted on the poll, feel free to share what you picked too. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna line this up good. This is the hard part for me. Oops. Your Mario Maker game. Nice. Go over just a bit more. Getting close to that trailer, eh? Oh, similar to old Donkey Kong. Oh, really? Voyagers when it comes out April 8th. I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, I get these things eventually. This will be close enough. There we go. We made it! Excellent! Getting that much closer. Look at that, eh? Level 23. Getting closer to that level 24. We got anything good from here? $28 a kilometer for that one. Truck tires all the way to London. Guess $28 in kilometers, pretty good. That's a long trip, but Jason, thank you for liking. Ford versus Ferrari. Oh, really? Not familiar with that one. The last movie I watched. What was it? I watched one where they were flying to Alaska to escape some sort of disaster. What was that movie called? The guy had a special ticket, and then people wanted to steal his ticket from him. Is anybody familiar with that one? French onion soup, nice. I went and grabbed a McDonald's Cadbury cream egg McFlurry. They're all named Debbie. Debbie in Dallas. The what am I turning? Left. That's a classic. Although I don't see a vote for Boogie Nights yet, Brett. I can almost expect you to vote for Boogie Nights after saying that. That's probably the same era as that movie too. Old John Holmes. Long light, eh? Probably shouldn't have cut him off like that. Oh, now there's a vote for Boogie Nights, I see. I glanced over there and saw it. I have it on that screen. Ashley, hello, how are you? Thank you for liking and following. Much appreciated. Boogie Nights is a good movie though, guys, if you haven't seen it. Adult natured, but I mean it's actually a really interesting movie. Debbie Dallas is a classic. I remember reading about this one adult movie called Pirates or something like that. How it was like the most expensive adult movie like that, like the highest budgeted one. And you know, I did wind up actually seeing it just out of curiosity, and it looked so cheesy, it was ridiculous. Even with its high budget. Pretty sure it was called Pirates. But reading about it, you know, you gotta. I don't know how much of it I actually saw. I mean, I think I maybe even watched just the preview, but it looked really cheesy. We used to sneak in the parents' room and borrow it. Watch it and return it at the exact time. You'd have to, like, if you had it on VHS, you'd have to forward it or something. Forward it to the certain spot on the tape. I had this one friend growing up there. He would always unlock his parents' satellite dish. Like, because back then there was all these codes they put in, and you know, it was all sorts of mess trying to watch anything on it, on the satellite. You know, because you had to put all the codes in to watch American satellite. And well, in the exact same spot. You mean? Oh, okay. And you could unlock the passcodes on the satellite dish because his parents locked the adult channels, and he would turn the key, and there's no way to not give away that when you turn the key, because they have to reprogram the whole thing. But he wanted to watch them movies pretty bad. So His parents would all always be mad because they'd have to reprogram the whole satellite. Because, you know, in Canada, you don't get the American channels. It was on those big dishes. You don't get all the channels unless you, American channels, unless you program the specific codes in for them. You know, it's like entering like a 15-digit number every time or something. But he would do that. He didn't care. I'm surprised his parents bothered locking the passwording after he did it like 6 or 7 times. Those old satellites sucked, by the way, in general. Not only did you have to program the codes in, but it was like there wasn't really that good of selection compared to, you know, stuff these days. You know, like your standard packages here have so much more to offer. And the dish was huge too. My parents had a big satellite dish too for a while. They had to get a special pole just for it. It was about the size of a pool. It was probably, yeah. You know, those little outdoor pools or something that people buy these days? It was probably about that big. I never really thought of it that way, but I just remember them being humongous. The later ones, like the OnStar or whatever that came out later, those ones are fairly small. Probably doesn't help me saying a company name because it's probably different here than it is wherever you guys are, you know. These people are literally from all over the place here. We have Dish Network and DirecTV. DirecTV, I think, is something that is here too. I just have regular old cable. I don't even watch the darn thing. I pay for it and I don't watch it at all. And mostly because it makes the internet cheaper. Your overall favorite genre in movies is true story ones. Well, you'll probably like Boogie Nights if you decide to watch it then, because that is based on a real thing. Flick-free TV apps. Yeah, you're talking about like the little those little boxes that you can get, or what's that called? It used to be called the Xbox Media Player, XMB. Really good. That movie looks so bad. I saw the preview for it. Centipede or Human Centipede. You want to know a bad movie similar to that one is there's a movie that I watched called Thanksgiving. Not exactly similar to that. I mean, Human Centipede's kind of gross, but there's a movie called Thanksgiving, and it's about this turkey that's going around murdering people, and like it skins their face off. And there's even a scene in there where, you know, he's wearing a mask of the girl's dad. You know, like this turkey. He's like, you know, 3 feet tall, and so he's disguised as the girl's dad, and she's talking to this turkey as if she doesn't realize it's not her dad. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The Tire movie, yeah. I saw the preview for that one. I tried watching a little bit of that Tire one, but I didn't make it through. I just I watched a bit of it, and then it's like, oh, this is kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, I can watch ridiculous movies. That one was really, really ridiculous. But it was in the Netflix at the same time as that Thanksgiving movie. I was like, Thanksgiving might be a movie you might want to check out, Brett. Just for that scene alone. I never saw that green one, Colby. But I think there's lots of movies. Hard to keep on top of them, really. I watched something I watched recently was the Beastie Boys story, the documentary. Kind of where the Beastie Boys are on stage and they're reminiscing about the old days and stuff like that. It was really interesting. Euphoria is probably the most disgusting movie I've ever seen. I'm not familiar with that one. But if you like documentaries, man, that Beastie Boys story was quite interesting. Hope we're heading right. I imagine that question mark on the left is a recruitment agency. There we go. Lots of turns here, eh? Lots of traffic circles. Do you like documentaries too like that, Kobe? I saw the Motley Crue documentary, but that one was, I think that was exaggerated a bit. Like a lot. Popstar? Is that the one with Bradley Cooper in it? Or is that something else? Like Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga? Or no, that's a country one, isn't it? I watched something that was called Death to 2020. They're just kind of mocking the events of 2020. All these actors, you know. It was alright. I don't know if I'd recommend it heavily though. Oh, that is the movie. Okay. Yeah, because there was another movie that's similar name that was like with a rock star in it. I liked the Queen movie. That was good. Rami Malek. Have a good night, Axbing. Thank you for coming by. The Queen movie though is probably one of the better music documentary kind of movies based on somebody's life that I've seen recently, at least. There was an underrated documentary movie you watched just a month ago. Is it This Is Spinal Tap? I'm guessing it wasn't. Oh, really? That sounds like it'd be interesting. Street art. Did they talk about Banksy? My cruise set at because I'm 80 here. Oh, they didn't talk about Banksy? That's the only street artist I could actually ever name, but I know that he did some sort of stunt where he they were selling a Banksy painting at auction, and then as it was being bid on, it shred itself, and then I think that still improved the value. Oh, Banksy was the title of the movie. Oh, okay. Well, because Banksy's a famous street artist, you know. You know, like people made money selling it if it was on their wall, you know. You know, this random generated or random algorithm they use for the radio in this game is kind of not super random. I mean, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I shouldn't hear any of these songs twice. I've heard a few of them twice now. It was run by the French guy that was with Banksy from when he was down the drain to the top of the hill. Oh crap, do I have to go that way? No, okay, good. Sure they appreciate my heavy braking, eh? Yeah, people pay a lot of money for his art. I don't think do they actually know who he is? I don't think they do. I think he's managed to keep himself anonymous. The movie was not. Good old Banksy, eh? Oh, this was a good documentary. That's good though, eh? I don't think they completely. I think he's still pretty anonymous. He wouldn't be able to even do any street art if people recognized him. Because they'd be all like wanting him to do their wall. Like spray paint here. Kind of cool, whatever we're going through here, eh? Hey, there's some Banksy right there. Oh wait, it's probably not. Have you ever looked into those non-fungible tokens? Speaking of art. Wild how much those things have taken off in terms of value. Did a stunt on Disneyland. Everyone freaked out because there's a guy tied somewhere under the roller coaster. Oh, really? Oh, the guy tied up was fake? Kind of funny. I imagine that would cause some alarm, though. Yeah, I was like trying to understand what the non-fungible tokens were. Kind of had to read it a couple times, I think. The tied up fake guy was his art. I thought he did just painting, but I didn't know he did other things like that. Kind of interesting. The prankster in that way, eh? Alright, where are we going here? 1,000 kilometers still, man. Holy crap. Think we're gonna have to sleep again soon. Gotta be a ferry in between, right? Yeah, because we're going to England. There's gotta be a ferry. Or maybe it's one of those dumb trains again. He stole a phone booth in London, wired it weld up, turned it to artwork, then brought it back and put it in the same place. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not really that researched on them. The thing I knew most about was the shredded one, because it was getting bid on, and it literally got destroyed. Which is hilarious if you think about it. Oh, you know those things from the documentary. There you go. Obviously, I gotta watch that documentary, eh? Man, we're going through some big city here, eh? Oh, now our guy's tired. Hopefully we'll run into a rest stop soon-ish. Actually, I can't remember if this one was going to England. It must be going to England, right? Or is that the one to check? Bed's red. Look at all these trucks, eh? Get in my way. This will be good XP this run though, I think. All in tires. And there's no rest stops at all anymore. Hopefully we get one soon before our dude falls asleep. Not research. We're gonna have to research the rest stop. How long is conversation? Hello, Vimal. How are you? Welcome. Well, thank you for typing, you know, all that. It's actually easier to kind of talk when you're talking to somebody than just talking on the fly when nobody's talking. Please help you. I am going to deliver these goods right here in this game. Let's see. We gotta go over here. This truck is. All right. We're gonna fall asleep while we wait. I guess I could have went in the other lane, eh? I'll gas up since I'm here. Truck Simulator 2, play laptop. Live game playing friend. I'm not quite sure I understand the question there. Are you saying does it play on a laptop? I'm not sure actually what the requirements are, but if you go to a website called Can I Play It? I'm pretty sure that's the name of the website. I wonder if I can just pull into this parking spot. I'm probably just up here would be better. I'm not sure what you're asking, to be honest. I would just go to caniplayit.com and then you just choose Truck Simulator and then see if you know it'll test your machine and then it'll check whether you can play it or not. How many RAM? Oh, like are you thinking about getting a laptop? It's an older game, the Euro Truck Simulator 2. As far as it goes. I don't know what the requirements are. I would just type in, go to Google and just type in ETS2, you know, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and then computer requirements. And I'm sure it'll tell you. That's what I would do. I'm not sure how heavy the requirements are. I mean, it's not going to be like Cyberpunk, which is going to be high end, but you know, for most computers, I mean, you could turn the graphics down and stuff like that. And then if you adjust it, see what you have, then hopefully it'll run okay. Core i3, I have no idea what the requirements are. If you already have the computer, go to caniplayit.com. If you don't, then just look up the requirements. I can't go to Google as easily as you can. You're already on the device. I'm on inside a game. So my computer runs it, obviously, but as far as it goes, I'm not sure what the low end of this game recommendations are. But I would assume that you could probably adjust accordingly for most of the time, because this game came out in 2012. That's not the case with all of them though. Sims made an adjustment on their thing, and you have to run it in certain modes for older computers, but I would assume if your computer is newer than 9 years old, you should be okay. But I would still check it on against the requirements as listed on SCSS's website, or whatever their thing is. Oh, you don't have a laptop yet? I mean, if you're going to buy a computer just to play the game, laptops you don't get as much power for the same price. So unless you really need that portability, you know, you might find a computer would be better than a laptop, but whatever's available to you, you know. Yeah, I would look up the specs or whatever. Oh, you have a laptop? Well, then go on the internet and go to canirunthis.com or canirunit.com, and then just choose the game from the menu. It'll check your specs. That's a really handy website, actually. Just type in Google, "Can I run it?" and it'll give you a lot of information. Whatever game you want to check too. If you want other games, you could check against American Truck. You could check against Euro Truck. You know, and anything else you might be interested in. How much space does it? I don't know if it uses. I don't know how much space it uses. I mean, most hard drives these days should be able to cover it. They expanded the graphics though. They changed the graphics recently. Might be a bit more than it used to be. But you're asking questions, I have no idea. I just play the game for fun. I'm sure Google will help you there. Or whatever search engine you like. Hard RAM, graphic, VGA. I would assume it's the just whatever you got. Those are an NVIDIA card. Not really sure. Somebody else in the chat might know. Maybe do a search for the ETS2 requirements. I mean, ultimately, you can download the free trial and then adjust the graphics and see if it even runs on your computer. I would assume most NVIDIA cards would be alright, but I don't have a spec sheet or whatever. I don't know. You got me. I have no idea. But I would assume if your card is any sort of current, then you'd be alright. Like I said, this game is out in 2012, and that's 9 years ago. So I would expect if you had to turn the graphics down a bit, you could still probably run it fairly well. Sunday, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Because I mean, you know, your computer's got to be really old for it to be out before this game. Keep asking me the different things. No idea. I'm not sure. I don't know the specs, so I don't know. I would assume so, but I don't know. That's why I would use this website. Can I run it? You were liking? Because that website tells you. It'll tell you exactly if you can run it against your specs. Very handy. But yeah, no, I don't know. Try the demo. See how it runs. Gotta go, okay. Feels great when we agree with each other. Well, there you go. Hopefully you catch some of those movies that I mentioned that you haven't seen. Sometime or another, you know. Good luck. Thank you so much, Vanel. So yeah, you might want to look on Google. No, don't go stream to stream asking, because you know you'll get better answers from Google directly. Ford versus Ferrari. Fight Club too. Watch Fight Club if you haven't seen it. It's one of the best movies ever. Although it's weird because the end of the movies between Boogie Nights and Fight Club have something in common. I won't spoil it for you. You like Ford versus Ferrari better? Boogie Night actually got a couple votes now, eh? Kind of close, a little bit. Smokey and the Bandits ahead, which I guess makes sense because I am playing a car-related game. But oh, Fight Club. If you haven't seen Fight Club, that's a good one. Or were you talking about Clockwork Orange? These are all like messed up movies. You're gonna think I'm like weird after you watch all these, but I think that them being messed up is what kind of makes them good. You know, makes them different, you know? Fight Club is like super interesting if you haven't seen that, by the way. It's not actually it's not, despite its name, it's actually about consumerism. And there's a Starbucks cup in every scene of the movie, but you have to watch really close for it. You know, and they even changed the FBI warning. You know, if you're watching the DVD, it's funny. You put the DVD and then it comes up with a "Never Been Kissed" Drew Barrymore movie menu for a second. I mean, it messes with your mind. That movie. There's lots of little things you can watch Fight Club 10 times, and you know you'll catch the little things. But that's why I thought that Fight Club was so good. I mean, there's fighting in it too, but it's about consumerism. It's actually based on a book. You know, saying how your things are taking over your life, kind of thing. A lot of movies took ideas from Fight Club too. But I remember, you know, seeing Fight Club on the, like, you know, going to a video store or whatever, and seeing Fight Club on the shelf, and not getting around to it forever because of its name. But when I finally watched it, I was like, damn, this movie's good. Because there's such little details and little things throughout that make it an amazing movie. But if you guys ever want to see a good movie and you haven't seen it, Fight Club is the way to go. Thank you for following, much appreciated. These are long hauls, eh? These trips we're taking. Putting the old kilometers on our car. We're already up to 28,000 kilometers on this truck. Of course, that's just broken in pretty much, I think, for most vehicles, isn't it? Or did they just say that? Malenta, thank you for following, much appreciated. We got some big bridge coming up here. Oh, I gotta fix my tires again. I guess it's probably just regular wear and tear. Every time you think you're getting a little bit ahead, you gotta spend $5,000 on stupid maintenance, eh? Oh. Whoa, dude. Go over here. I want to go off to there. Off the side, man. Tell you guys later in this week here, I'll be getting about a week off for mini vacation. Vacation, you know. Maybe I'll go check something out, I don't know. Not too far though. COVID's restrictions shut everything down. You know, you can't even go to a restaurant now. You have to do all takeout. They really clamped her down. So that limits the fun. No fun for you. Germany coming up. The end of Germany, I don't know. We're getting places though. 563 kilometers to go. I don't know if we can make that on our guy without sleeping, but see. We will see, man. Well, let's go to this lane because there's probably a turn off only. Well, we gotta keep straight, I guess. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, maybe because there's probably a ferry. I don't know, we'll see. It depends if it's a ferry or that train, you know. We're getting places though. We got our brights on the whole time too. Everybody loves that, probably. All the virtual citizens. Mo, thank you for following, much appreciated. You're doing well. Hello from BC, Canada. In the video game, we're in Europe, of course, but I'm from BC, Canada. You're fine. That's awesome. Yeah, this is a pretty cool game, this game. I like it a lot. Get to see all sorts of different scenery. Very well done. Thank you for liking. Much appreciated. I like how the kind of the terrain adjusts to wherever you are, you know. Games have come a long way since back in the day. Yeah, I played some of the early classics. You know, it didn't feel quite the same back then. Although you did think it was the best graphics of the time, of course. I remember playing one of the earlier Space Quests. I don't know if anybody's ever played that, but they had the guy who was time traveling and he went from VGA to EGA as one of the gags of the game. So the graphics in the game change, you know? It'd be like going from, if they tried that, doing that stunt today, it'd be like going from 4K to 8-bit or something, you know? Finally got dinner, nice. Oh crap, we better go straight. There we go. A&W, nice. I went and grabbed a McDonald's Cadbury Egg McFlurry today, but that's all I got from there. Just for like a dessert, you know. For supper I had spaghetti, but the McFlurry, the Cadbury Egg McFlurry was kind of good. Although McDonald's McFlurries aren't as good as Blizzard's, though. They're okay. I mean, they kind of, first half is really good, and then kind of towards the end, it's mostly just ice cream. You know, they only stir it for a few seconds. Although it's kind of disappointing. The one went to one McDonald's drive-through, and then they're like, "Oh, our ice cream machine's broken." I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna drive through." And I drove to a different one. Well, you would hope Dairy Queen would have better ice cream anyway, but I don't think McDonald's is even allowed to call their stuff ice cream, is it? You can't call it milkshakes because it's there's actually no milk in it or something. I saw that on some documentary somewhere. They just call it shakes. Cold. Tastes like ice cream, but I don't think it's really cream. Some sort of substitute, probably. Good old Mickey D's. You know what I kind of like on Twitter is when those fast food joints, they snark at each other on Twitter. Funny. Oh, almost got that curve there. That wasn't bad. Clockwork Orange is on your list to watch. That's a classic movie, but it's kind of messed up. But I mean, you know, that role made Malcolm McDowell very famous. Wendy's does that a lot, yeah. I guess Amazon was snarking at politicians and stuff recently. It was like trending. They're trying to say how good they are, Amazon, and then they, you know, some politicians said, well, you know, you guys are kind of union busters. And then, you know, they're snarking at each other between a bunch of politicians and Amazon. The big giant, yeah. I was watching like Philip DeFranco. I like watching that guy. Talking about it. That's true though. Amazon, you know, it's nice that they do pay $15 an hour nationally, but I mean they you know, they are a bit of a union busting kind of place, you know. So it'll be interesting to see because there's one of the warehouses looks like it might unionize. To see what if that sets off any, you know, anything in motion, I guess, of other places unionizing also, or if they figure out a way to bust them. Yeah, usually I don't know. Usually he provides a pretty good, interesting little segment. Talks about the YouTubers and different things like that. I see occasionally he mentions for Facebook streamers. He occasionally mentions Karina Kampf, but she was tied to those Vlog Squad before. But I don't see him talking about Facebook streamers too much. The union would be a better choice. That would add benefits and such. I think that unions are a good thing. You know, they've helped a lot of people, even if you're not in a union. I mean, unions have done a lot. You know, there's a reason why we have reasonable working hours for most people these days. And, because the unions actually, help get that kind of put into place, So, I mean, it's good because it protects the worker from horrible conditions and stuff like that. And Amazon has some pretty bad conditions at times from what some reports have said. Like some of the things that politicians are snarking at them is because there's some employees of some guys that have kind of done secret stories from inside. There's like bottles of pee and bags of poop here and there, kind of thing, because the workers are very pressured not to take breaks. And even though the Amazon Twitter account snarked at them and said, "No, you don't believe the employees, do you?" But they're like, "Yeah, well, don't you believe your employees?" But there's some conditions that are pretty tough, I think, there. Kind of like Netflix, the CRC is telling them they have a timeline for more Canadian content. Yeah, they have different rules for stuff, eh? But, because normally television has to have X amount, television or radio have to have X amount of Canadian content in Canada. I mean, that's good that they're encouraging more creativity in that aspect. Gives more opportunity for Canadians. Plus, you get Canadian culture in there too, then. But I've read before about people working in the warehouse, and apparently they work them really super hard. Like like you're running from one end of the warehouse constantly to the other end, and they could optimize it a bit better, apparently. Have I watched the new Disney Plus series? No, I don't have that. Oh, is the Mighty Ducks or I don't have Disney Plus, so no, I haven't, but I wouldn't mind watching some of the stuff on there, though. Someday. Although it's getting tough with all these subscription services. You pay for Netflix, you pay for Amazon, you pay for all these different things, right? Xbox Game Pass, everybody wants to provide you a subscription to something, it seems. Fortunately, that EA one merged with Game Pass. First episode is out. Nice. But it's amazing how many different things. You know, it's going to be more than cost of cable. All these subscription services. Crave, and you know, Crave with the Hulu or whatever it is. That looks like it'd be probably good too. Man, my guy's getting tired again. Looks like the ferry's coming up though, or something. Oh, it's a train yard. Crap. See, now I know how to identify the train yards. Train yards don't give you a rest. You think you'd be able to sleep when you're getting trained across the water, though. Have I played Outrider? I haven't. Oh, am I going to play it? I don't know. It looks interesting. You know, there's so many games I have in my backlog. Kind of crazy. Then I play a game like this, you could literally sink thousands of hours into it. But, I don't know, whatever. I kind of jump around to whatever looks interesting, you know. I want to play that Avengers sometime too, actually. I noticed that it upgraded. The Series X version. Gears of War. Gears of War is a good game. Although I can't say I got as much into the newer Gears of War. I like the old one. Does this mean I go in here? I heard Watch Dogs is coming to Game Pass. Oh, is it? Watch Dogs Legion was pretty fun. I bought that one, was brand new, and then I had to set it aside for freaking 2 months because it was broken. The darn thing, you know, sometimes it would save and sometimes it wouldn't. And I had it on permadeath too, so you'd lose your character on the retry sometimes, you know, and you don't know whether it's going to save or not half the time. Okay, we gotta badly find it. Oh, it kind of rested me a bit. It was red and now it's blue. But we still gotta find a place to sleep in the game here. It's on sale for $26 on Xbox. Yeah, Ubi doesn't really hit the Game Pass really that often, does it? That'll be a good one for Game Pass, though. Oh, my guy's still yawning, eh? Man, this was a nightmare here before. We're in England now too, so I gotta remember opposite side of the road. But yeah, it's kind of fun because you can be whatever character you want. You can be some senior citizen, or you could be like a spy. I really, in the end of that game, I really liked using the spies, to be honest. I had like 2 spies. I turned off the permadeath eventually because it was getting dumb. doing those recruiting missions over again because the recruiting missions get repetitive. But I recruited a couple spies though. Because they were actually pretty. Guess I don't have to wait. The spies are pretty cool because they had a silence weapon and they had this thing to turn off, scramble all the guns. And that was very handy towards the end. They added the multiplayer to it too recently. I wonder if that's why they decided to put it on Game Pass because you know, to get more people playing it. I mean, obviously it was to get more people playing it, but I mean, more people involved in the multiplayer. They probably have some sort of money earning methods for Ubisoft on that multiplayer, I would assume. I mean, if you look at Grand Theft Auto, that's gold mine for those guys, the online. And it's not looking positive for my guy here in terms of finding a rest stop. Only 127 kilometers away from the destination, too. You know, it's funny that, you know, you got trucks transporting crap. And they go onto a train to cross the water. But they could have almost put it on a train to begin with. Not that I'm trying to give them ideas that works against my character's business, but you think it would be cheaper. Any other good deals on the sale? I bought that Breakpoint game too, and I haven't played that yet. Look at that one, Marvel. Baseball's coming out soon. That one might be interesting. I don't know if I'd play it steady, but first time ever on the Xbox. Hopefully it sells well and they keep coming. Oops. Go right over the sign. I think that would wake my guy up. Oh crap, what the heck? Why is it? Oh, is it? Double turn, eh? Isn't helping my tiredness, is it? I'm going the wrong way. It's confusing to me for some reason. There should be turning to the left to go right. Almost. Getting there. Fortunately, there's no one behind me. You just sleep right there, dudes. Oh, I almost tipped it. Yeah, I wasn't used to that being another lane. We definitely need a rest stop, though. Holy crap. Although I don't know, that other one was going into the same lane here. Weird. Excuse me. I'm getting tired. The tires are red. That didn't help us running all sorts of crap. There's a rest stop. Well, there's our first fine. All right. Had to wait till the message came. Ooh, we made it. All right, we got 77 kilometers to go to drop off the load. We're gonna have to go for some tire repairs, but other than that, things are in good shape. Gotta get these tires there, man. I should put some tires on my car. And then sneak in my tires. My old tires to them. Although these could be tires for anybody, I guess. Could negotiate a deal with the tire company. Looks like a robot face, the one in front of me here. The Iron Giant. Iron Giant or something, eh? Hey Alvin, how are you? It's got the thing, it doesn't do an alert up though. It's supposed to put alerts up for that stuff. And bing, and I'll make all sorts of noises. You should spell it when you do that. You should spell it with 2 R's. That would be way cooler here. Because you know what would be cool is 5,000 Shakal stars. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it'd be cool. We're almost getting there though, guys. 23, or no, 18 kilometers. And then we will be there. Still following robot face here. Kind of looks like a face to me. Little eyeballs, mouth, eh? Make sure we stay on the right side of the road for England, which is the left side. London discovered. Who knew I didn't discover London yet, eh? Wonder if Big Ben's here somewhere. Speaking of Watch Dogs earlier, eh? This is like Watch Dogs. Where's Albion? You follow the bus. We're going left. Oh jeez. Car hit me. Scared me. We still jump. Makes that noise. Shakes my steering wheel. Volvo truck dealer. Nice. That doesn't help my condition of my vehicle any. Looks like it's on the right here. We're okay to cross because there's no cars there. Alright, where do they want it? Probably in some stupid spot. Not bad, I guess. Can do it. Gotta flip it around a bit. Line it up with that line there, eh? So I tried the new Zevia energy drinks. Nope. I didn't even know they had energy drinks. Whoa, say. That one pretty quick, eh? Excellent. Oh, so close to level 24. Hey, look at that. One bar next trip. Let's set up our next one. $3 a can. Not sure. Diva doesn't even go on sale that much either, hey? Tuna to Bremen. I think that job will load up. Just give her. Looks like it's back here, eh? Get the tuna, man. Although we're making progress, though. We're getting closer and closer to level 25. I have to repair my truck, but one time when we're near repair spot, we'll do that. The radio is actually pretty nice. I just grabbed a bunch of Facebook approved songs. Facebook has this section you can go to, and it's like songs that is called Facebook Music or something, and they say that pick whatever you want. I grabbed just a bunch of different stuff. They had like tons of stuff there, but I just grabbed, I don't know, 40 songs or something. How many were there actually? Let's see. Well, there's only 12 on that screen. Ow. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Final station. So I grabbed about 30 songs. Of stuff that I thought sounded like upbeat enough. I didn't really choose the ones that were really slow or anything like that. Of different genres, but probably more tipped towards certain genres than others, probably like rock and radio kind of stuff, I guess, that I pictured would be on the radio. Although I picked some electronic music too. So kind of depends on the ones. I don't know. Just freeware kind of songs, I think. But you guys, I gotta work tomorrow. Gotta be somewhat awake for that. Makes the job a lot easier if you could think, right? So, in that, I am going to wrap up here. If you haven't followed yet, please do so. It'd be appreciated. And, of course, if you're watching the video after the fact, hitting like, hitting share helps a lot. Let's review the poll here. 50% of the votes went to Smokey and the Bandit. Isn't really surprising. I mean, this is a trucking game. 22% went to The Longest Yard. 17% went to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And 11% went to Boogie Nights. I will post that in my Discord. Anybody's in my Discord, they can always check the polls section out. If you want, I put clips together on YouTube, and sometimes the same or sometimes different things on TikTok as well. The links are in the video description. Feel free to follow that, especially the YouTube, because I'm working towards long-term partner. So it'll be extra good if the commercials on that actually went towards me. But I need like to have like 1,000 followers or something dumb like that. And so many hours of watch time. So I try to make the clips interesting if you want to check them out, and of course subscribe to the YouTube. But it'll host somebody here automatically, so feel free to say hi, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I stream every day at 7 o'clock Pacific time. It would be about 3.5 hours ago from right now if you're watching this live. So have yourself a good day. Excuse me.